Hello and welcome once again to another edition of This Assembly. This is your host of This Assembly, your host of Yahuwah, your servant of Yahuwah, Zoya. And I like to once again jump right into these scriptures. However, before I do, I want to respond to give a little feedback to something posed to me. You know, someone pointed out that, this is your video is a little boring. It'd be better if you had someone there with you to argue with and debate. That ain't what I'm here for. All right, I'm only here to share with you what I've learned, and it's to you to go back and study on your own, to do your own research. You can base it on what I tell you, but I'm not here to argue with anybody. It is what it is, and what I have been given is for me, but it also is for me to share with others, and that's all this is. So me debate, you will not see it. Somebody want to argue with me, it ain't gonna happen. I'm here to present to you what I've learned. If you want to challenge it, you think it's not accurate, you go right ahead and look it up, which I'll urge you to do all the time anyway. And remember, I did not write these things. Not me. You know, you got a problem, go argue with the writers, go argue with the translators. I'm only here to show you what is here, all right? That being said, thank you, Father, for bringing us here to this assembly, to assemble in your name, to learn your words, and to give you all the praise. Let us begin verse 10 of chapter 24. This would be verses 10 through 15. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master and departed, for all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Aram Naharayim unto the city of Nachor. And he made his camel to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Yahuwah Elohi of my master Avraham, I pray you, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Avraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down your pitcher, I pray you, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give your camels drink also. Let the same be she that you have appointed for your servant Yitzchak, and thereby shall I know that you have showed kindness unto my master. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rivkah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the woman of Nachor, Avraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. Now the servant did what Avraham bid him to do. He went to the land of his country, and he went to a well there, and he said a prayer to Yahuwah, even though it would appear that he may not have necessarily been obedient or in knowledge of Yahuwah. He said a prayer to him in the name of his master, and lo and behold, his prayer was seen to have been answered right away. All right, verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. Rivkah was very fair. She was very beautiful. Her hue was likely like ours. This is likely why Avraham sent his eldest servant, his most trusted servant, the one who held all his possession, to seek a female member of his family to be a woman for his son Yitzchak. The people where he now dwelled were white, as like in Tessakor's name, which meant whiteness, a pale hue, close to white. They were mixed, hybrids, mixed up people of the sons of Elohim. And Avraham did not want his son to know these women, for whatever reason. All right, verses 17 through 19. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray you, drink a little water of your pitcher. And she said, drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for your camels also until they have done drinking. Now, even though I didn't mark this in my notes, I want to point out that in verse 18, she's quoted here saying, my Lord. Now, I'm on this word a lot because that is a word that is akin to Rome, to the Latin language. And it's Latin equivalent, which is, what is that word? I pointed it out before. Well, whatever that Latin word is, it's lower than, it's like saying that he's the one that rules over, this house or this land, like, landlord or something like that. It's not a word that is likely that she would have used because it wouldn't have been native to their land, particularly at that time, especially. So be on the lookout for certain words. That's verse 20. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again unto the well to draw water and drew for all his camels. Rivkah watered 10 camels by herself. There was a great amount of water to tote for these animals. There were also other men upon those camels. She likely gave drink to all the men as well as the camels. All right, verses 21 through 25. And the man wondering at her held his peace, and to wit, whether Yahuwah had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, whose daughter are you? Tell me, I pray you, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bore unto Nachor. She said moreover unto him, we have both straw and provender enough and room to lodge in. Now, as it turns out, he had run into the right woman at the right place at the right time. And not only was there room for him and his camel, but room for the 10 camels as well as the other number of men that were with him. Verse 26, and the man bowed down his head and worshipped Yahuwah. This additional information let him know that Yahuwah had heard his prayer and Avraham's faith. He was humble and honored, so he bowed and said prayers and good words to Yahuwah, as we should all do. That being said, I'd like to ask each and every one of you that one day a week, let it be Friday evening, sometime after sunset. I want every one of you who watch this to just call the name of Yahuwah. You can say Yahuwah, Yahuwah, however you can say his name. Y-A-H-U-A-H, Yahuwah. Say his name. That's it. Just say his name. And let's see, don't he began to hear us in unity. All right? Assemble. Let's do that. All right. Verses 27 through 30. And he said, blessed be Yahuwah Elohi of my master Avraham, who has not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, Yahuwah led me to the house of my master's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. And Rivkah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earring and bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rivkah his sister, saying, thus spoke the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels at the well. So just to point out that Laban is Rivkah's brother. All right? That's going to be, slightly important later. But just for now, remember that Laban is Rivkah's brother, the nephew of Avraham. All right, verse 31. And he said, Come in, you blessed of Yahuwah. Wherefore stand you without? For I have prepared the house and room for the camels. Avraham's people, his kin in knew the name of Yahuwah. They also seemed to recognize his works, at least if he was given the credit by the receiver of them. Verse 32. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the men's feet that were with him. Were the camels in the house too? What kind of house was this? Ooh, that's kind of funny. All right, verse 33. And there was set meat before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he said, Speak on. The servant would not satisfy his personal needs until he served the needs of his master. That says something about honor and respect. The same as when he was receiving this bidding, this command from Avraham, he did not put his hand under his thigh to swear the oath until after he had questioned all the things that was curious to him about this command. All right, verses 34 through 49. And he said, I am Avraham's servant, and Yahuwah has blessed my master greatly, and he has become great. And he has given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and men servants and maid servants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master's woman, bore a son to my master when she was old, and unto him has he given all that he has. And my master made me swear, saying, You shall not take a woman to my son of the daughters of the Canaanim, in whose land I dwell. But you shall go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a woman unto my son. And I said to my master, Perchance the woman will not follow me. He said unto me, Yahuwah, before whom I walk, will send his angel with you, and prosper your way, and you shall take a woman for my son of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shall you be clear from this my oath, when you come to my kindred. And if they give not you one, you shall be clear from my oath. And I came this day unto the well and said, O Yahuwah Elohi of my master Avraham, if now you do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin comes forth to draw water, I say to her, Give me, I pray you, the little water of your pitcher to drink. And she say to me, Both drink you, and I will also draw for your camels. Let the same be the woman whom Yahuwah has appointed out of my master's son. And before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rivkah came before with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well and drew water. And I said unto her, Let me drink, I pray you. And she made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder and said, Drink, and I will give your camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her and said, Whose daughter are you? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nekor's son, whom Milcah bore unto him. And I put the earrings upon her face and the bracelets upon her hands. And I bowed down my head and worshipped Yahuwah, and blessed Yahuwah Elohi of my master Avraham, which had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now, if ye would deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Wow, that was a lot. That man got a memory on him. Who knows, he may have even said more, but nonetheless, he recalled every step that he had taken to get to this point and recalled it to Laban. So, we'll recall that later in the next episode of this assembly. Thank you for assembling with us today. There was a lot of listening, a lot of reading. Nonetheless, we'll pick it up again in verse 50 in the next episode. Until then, I'm your servant of Yahuwah Soya, saying I hope you enjoyed this good day and many more to follow. And I hope you are learning who you are and where you came from. And until that time, we meet again. I'll bid you with shalom.